What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. We have a little bit of a different postgame tonight. I'll tell you guys that much. And that's simply because there's not going to be much delusional optimism. As you guys know, usually when the Yankees have these brutal losses, it's absolutely like me kind of just giving you guys a false sense of hope. That's not what tonight is at all. I'm telling you guys right now, we're going to dig into this team like we never have before. I am just, before we give any shout-outs to anybody in the chat, spam those L's, by the way. Let's spam those L's tonight because the Yankees deserve them now more than ever, okay? Most brutal loss of the season. You rock Shohei Ohtani. You're up 2-7 at one point, right? Shohei Ohtani can't even make it out of the first inning. You slowly give that lead back. Then you have 2 rain delays in between. You come back after the rain delays. You do pretty good, right? Brett Gardner hits a solo shot. Who would have thought? And then Aroldis Chapman comes into the ninth, blows the game. But it doesn't end the air. It doesn't end after the grand slam that ties the game. Lucas Littke comes and gives up 3 more. Because why not at that point, right? This is the most lifeless baseball team, the most heartless baseball team, the most gutless baseball team I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a more pansy team in my life. The fact that they could just go out there and hand this loss to the Angels like that is terrible. They should be ashamed of themselves. And you know who else should be ashamed of themselves outside of the New York Yankees players? Hal Steinbrenner, bro. It's honestly so ironic that he was planning his press conference for tomorrow, his first time speaking all season, coming off 2 great wins, right? You had a solid win yesterday against the Angels, and he was definitely expecting a win today. So you know what? He announces he's speaking to the media tomorrow. How does that narrative spin on you now, Hal? Because now you have to speak to the media tomorrow, coming off probably the worst loss of the season. How does it feel? I'd love to see how he's going to spin this narrative. I heard a fire Boone chant going around the stadium towards the end. Absolutely brutal. There's no other way to describe this team, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that they're going to win the World Series because I think this is something to write in your notebooks too. On July 1st, 2021, I'm telling you guys right now, I don't see the Yankees winning the World Series this year. I don't. I've tried to stay so positive about this team, so positive, and I've always tried to look ahead towards better days for the New York Yankees, right? You kind of look at how much talent this team has and how much we thought that they were going to get better, and this was just a slide that they were on, but it's not. You look at this team, and they have no heart. They have no drive to win. You would think that you just destroy Shohei Ohtani in the first inning, that you would think that they would automatically win this game, right? That's not the case, especially when you have a manager with no heart. I appreciate all the L's in the chat. You guys are dominating that tonight. The Yankees definitely deserve them. The Yankees have never deserved more L's in their life. But let's try to take attendance / roll call. I genuinely appreciate all you guys for stopping by. It's 1:30 a.m. It's kind of like one of those it's like one of those West Coast post games. Let's take attendance / roll call. Let's see how many people I can hit on. A lot of people in the chat, so I appreciate you all for stopping by. Shout out to T-Bird. We got Jonathan, Wiggum. We got CJ, Yo Elvis, Alfonso, Yankees win. Felix, who else? We got Brennan, USA, John Kirk, JC, Andrew, Jesus, who else? So many people. We got Lamar, Amy, Dan, not my Dan, but another Dan. We got Yankees highlights. Who else? I see Pop S, Alex, Devak, Karan. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Genuinely do. But chat, like I said, this isn't going to be a typical post game simply because we're not going to be looking at the box score because the box score does not matter tonight. I don't care how many hits you get. I don't care how many runs you put up. It absolutely means nothing when you lose a game in this fashion. I'm sitting here. Chat, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had my postgame all ready to go up. Yankees defeat Angels 8-4. I had it all ready. I was eating a granola bar. Bang! Grand slam tie game, bro. How? But listen, shout out to MF with a $5 dono. Appreciate you. They said, respect from an Angels fan. Glad my guys played with heart. Thought y'all were going to easily win, to be honest. Love the content, though. I appreciate you, MF. I always say this. I always respect people from other fan bases who do watch the content, so I genuinely appreciate that. But, yeah, the Angels really played their hearts out today, and I give them props for that. I can't see the Yankees. Chat, let's be honest. You guys know if the Yankees were down 7-2 in the first inning, they're not coming back to win. You guys know that for a fact. So I think kind of just looking at it from an Angels fan perspective, shout out to the Angels, I guess. At some point, I could definitely see why some Yankee fans were actually rooting for the Yankees to lose, especially after giving up that grand slam. The Yankees did not deserve to win that game after giving up the grand slam. Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff. But appreciate the dono, my man. Genuinely do. I see some people asking for a hashtag Hennessy hug. Bang. There you guys go. Hashtag Hennessy hug. This is like a therapy session. It's a late night therapy session. It's 1:30 a.m. I might be waking up my neighbors right now, but ask me if I care. Chat, ask me if I care. I don't. Because this is more important. There's so many things to take away from tonight. I guess we could kind of start off by saying Domingo Germán sucks. Shout out to the TX-based wrestling fan. Appreciate you. But Domingo Germán sucks. Can we kind of just make note of that? Even though the Yankees gave him a huge lead, it still seems like he just put himself in so many bad situations and gave up just, I don't know. Domingo Germán, it sucks that he's like our number 2 in the rotation right now. And that just kind of goes to show how flawed this team truly is and how things just aren't being fixed at this point. And, of course, in Aaron Boone's postgame, he kind of just goes off and says the usual stuff, right? Chappie, I think he made some good pitches, but he just didn't have it today, and we just need to move past this. It's enough. Boone, get off my team. Hashtag fire Boone in the chat. Let me get some hashtag fire Boones rolling, because that's what we need right now. Shout out to William Flores with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, William. He says Yankee season is over. Hal Steinbrenner better have something good tomorrow or his pocket is about to go thin, just like the win percentage did with them today. I'm telling you guys this right now. I genuinely can't see how people are still going to Yankee Stadium and supporting this team. If you have tickets to any upcoming games, sell them. Or literally just don't go. This team does not deserve any more of your money. We walked into a game today. Let's not forget this. Let's not forget what we walked into today's game with. With a lineup consisting of Rougned Odor, Brett Gardner, and Clint Frazier against Shohei Ohtani. One of the best pitchers in the game, and obviously it worked out well in the Yankees' favor, performing against Ohtani, because they did perform pretty well. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lineup you should be putting out when your season is on the line. And considering the fact that tomorrow is likely going to be a rainout, you lost the series against the Angels. You lost the series against the Angels. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's really brutal stuff. But listen, shout out to Amy with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Amy. Let's run back those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Amy says, Pat, did you hear what's going on with Bauer? I did. Pretty disgusting allegations. I'll say that's pretty much all I'll say. I really don't want to get too much into it because they're allegations, but they're disgusting. But let's see. Poppy says, Pat, you're overreacting. Bro, you're overreacting. If anything, get rid of Chapman. Stop putting the blame on Boone. This was out of his control. Listen, I understand that tonight's loss had nothing to do with Boone's moves, right? But also at the same time, you look at the clubhouse. You look at the mentality of the clubhouse. Unfortunately, whether or not that's Boone's fault, it falls on the manager. The same way as if, like, a team's not performing well with the bats, which they kind of aren't, you look at the hitting coach. And while they might just be a face to take the blame, I still think that someone needs to hold some sort of accountability for this. I mean, the Yankees, right now, we're like 2 games over 500. It's July 1st. Chat, look at your calendars. If you're on your phone, flip down that menu. If you're on your computer, look in the bottom top right, wherever your date is. Bro, it's literally July 1st, and the Yankees are in 4th place. Or maybe 3rd place. But still, they're 2 games over 500. It's despicable. But we got a couple more donos. Let's hit on them here. Shout out to Wiggum with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Wiggum. They said, I'm an Orioles fan. This loss made me feel happy. Listen, as an Orioles fan, I would be rooting for the Yankees' downfall. Any American League East team, I'd be rooting for the Yankees' downfall. If I'm any fan of any major league team, I'm rooting for the Yankees' downfall. Because this is a team that was so overhyped going into the season. And now you're kind of looking at them and you're like, damn. Greatness has fallen. I feel so stupid walking into the season talking about the Yankees are the team to beat in the American League by far. The Astros aren't even going to be over 500 because they're not going to be able to cheat. I was wrong. I was genuinely wrong about this team, and that's okay. It's just, I think at this point we kind of have to realize that this is just who the Yankees are. I don't think that they're on a cold streak. I don't think that they're just off to a slow start this season. Like I said, we're in July. I think this is who this team is, and I think they're a 500 ball club. As long as they don't make any moves, I can't see anything happening. I really can't. But also, shout out to Yankees win with the $5 dono. Appreciate you. They said Cashman is out of the frying pan into the fire. Isn't that that's a song lyric, no? Out the frying pan in the fire. I'll be the music game's #1 supplier. Jay-Z? I think so. If I'm not mistaken, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. No, but I agree 1,000%. Like, Cashman has to be on the hot seat at this point. There's no way you could tell me that Brian Cashman's job is secure. And I'm so intrigued to see what Hal Steinbrenner's going to say tomorrow. So intrigued, bro. It's at the point where it's like, bro, what could he possibly say to make things better? I don't get it. Like, how is he going to be able to flip this narrative? I truly don't understand. Oh, it looks like I missed William Flores' dono. Sorry, William. Appreciate you. Run back those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you, William, with the $10 dono. William, you're the man. He says, Ohtani gave up 7 runs, but dude has heart. You saw he bottled up in the dugout. That's heart. My utmost respect for Ohtani. Yeah, 1,000%. Even though Ohtani did have a really rough start under the bright lights in New York tonight, I still have respect for Shohei Ohtani. I know a lot of people are kind of coming after him because they're like, oh, you don't want to play in New York. You're scared to play in New York. No. Utmost respect for him. I think if anybody doesn't have respect for Shohei Ohtani, you just don't respect greatness. If I look at any player in the league who's just a stud, like Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis, I can't hate them at all. But appreciate the donut, William. You're the man. But let me check out some of these other chat comments. We have a bunch of people in the chat. Really appreciate you all for stopping by. If any of you guys are new, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you're not familiar with the channel, I go live before and after every single Yankees game this season. So definitely stay tuned for all that content. But as TJ just said, trade Chapman has not been the same much since the Chicago trade. In the clutch, he is extremely predictable. No out pitch. The heat is fooling no one. My main question here, what happened to Chapman's splitter? In the beginning of the season, Chapman was an absolute beast, mainly because he was kind of mixing up his pitches, right? He had 3 pitches to be working with, and that's what made Chapman so dominant. He had the fastball, he had the splitter, and he had the slider. I can't remember last time we saw Chapman throw like an effective splitter. It's so, bro, it blows my mind how inconsistent just about every player on the Yankees is. It's mind-blowing. And also, yeah, sure, no sticky stuff, no spider attack. Maybe you could make the argument that Aroldis Chapman was only really solid because of that. But then on the flip side of things, you kind of look at his spin rate, and apparently his averages are right around where they were before the banning of the substance. So I really have no idea. But shout out to Dan D for subscribing. Appreciate you, Dan. Elite Assassin says Unhinged San Diego. You know, we might have to make a switch pretty soon. Listen, you guys know, no matter what happens this season, I'll be live before and after every single Yankees game. But it's getting to a point where watching these games is almost unbearable. It's actually unbearable at this point. Chat, it's 1:30 a.m. on July 1st, 2021. And we're sitting here coming off one of the worst losses in years. If we take the playoffs out of the equation, when was the last time the Yankees had a loss this bad? Genuinely, when was the last time because I can't remember. This was brutal. The fact that it was like a 5.5 hour game to kind of just add fuel to the fire, brutal stuff. I just don't know. I don't know where this team goes from here. Kind of like looking at where we think we are moving forward, I don't even have much hope either, because my only hope for this team moving forward was if they kind of called up Trey Ambergy and Hoy-Jun Park, right? Clearly that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case, because in Brian Cashman's press conference the other day, he said we're going to let those guys play down there, which leads me to believe that they're remaining in AAA. The Yankees think that they have their best troop on the field right now, which apparently consists of Rougned Odor and friggin' Brett Gardner. I know, he went 2 for 2 tonight with 2 walks and a home run. Oh, Brett Gardner's back. I don't know why I did that with a British accent, whatever. But, bro, like, I don't understand how these guys are considered your best troop. And what can Hal Steinbrenner possibly say tomorrow? What could he possibly say tomorrow? I don't understand. I want to flip my desk just because I'm that confused right now. And it honestly, it kind of just pisses me off a little bit, like how Hal Steinbrenner thought that he was going to walk in tomorrow like scot-free. Like, oh, look, we're turning the corner, two great wins. But no, Hal, you're facing the reality. Hal, you're facing the bright lights tomorrow. It happens. It is what it is. Deal with it. I face the bright lights every damn night, bro. But Big Brain Borg said Pat Frazier got hit by a pitch. He did get hit by a pitch, but I believe that him exiting the game tonight had nothing to do with that. It had to do with dizziness, which I'm kind of assuming is from heat exhaustion. I don't. That's just my assumption. I don't know, But it's a little bit concerning for Clint because he has had the concussion issues in the past. I hope that he's okay in that sense. But my idea was like, bro, it's sad to say, but I think the only way we'll see Parker Ambergy get an opportunity in the big leagues is if a guy like Clint Frazier, Brett Gardner, Rougned Odor, if they get injured. And that's really pathetic to say, that the only way we'll kind of hold these guys accountable for poor performance is if they get hurt. That's really it. Yankee Fan for Life says, I can't wait for the Pat and Dan show tomorrow, and I want to see Dan how he feels with this team. You know, if you guys thought that Dan was upset on Monday, wait until you guys see Dan tomorrow. Because honestly, chat, Pat and Dan show is going to be live tomorrow for episode 4. I'm not too sure what time it's going to be yet, honestly, because personally, I'm expecting tomorrow's game to be rained out. So with that being said, if tomorrow's game is rained out, we'll be going live at 9 p.m. tomorrow. However, if the Yankees aren't rained out tomorrow, we'll be going live directly after the game. So I think it just kind of depends whether or not they play tomorrow. But can you guys imagine if the Yankees don't play tomorrow? Then this loss is just going to sizzle with us until Friday night when the Yankees play the Mets. I mean, damn, bro. The fact that we're going to have to just sit with this if they don't play tomorrow for days is just sick in the head. Sick in the head, bro. But listen, let's see what else we got in the chat. Hopefully you guys have some solid questions, comments, and concerns. Listen, this is such a great little therapy session. I hope you guys are kind of gaining some positivity from this. Not even positivity with the team, just positivity with your life. I've seen some pretty horrifying tweets tonight as far as like people being like, oh, like my mental state isn't good. Like, bro, listen, chat. If you guys ever need somebody to talk to because the Yankees are, like, just ruining your mental state so poorly, you guys can hit me up whenever. I'll have a conversation with you. Or just hop in the stream. I'll kind of make you guys happy. I don't freaking know. But Jeff says, Pat, if I didn't have this stream, I don't know what I'd do. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm glad I can be some sort of outlet of anger release for you guys. Appreciate it. Amy says, Pat, would you trade Chapman to Atlanta for Luke Jackson and Sean Newcomb? Chat, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I genuinely don't know who in their right mind would take a Aroldis Chapman right now. I don't know. I think if you offered a Aroldis Chapman to the Pittsburgh Pirates for an eye patch, they probably wouldn't do it, bro. I don't know, one, who's taking on that contract, and two, who's dealing with this right now, bro. I just don't get it. I don't know. But listen, shout out to Cool Rodri with the $2 dono. Appreciate you. I said trade Chapman. They have good pitchers. Bang, bang, bang. Brian Finger Guns. Listen, this is kind of what I just touched on. You're not trading Chapman. No one's taking Chapman. It is what it is. But, chat, kind of going back to the current Yankee situation, I say this all the time. Something drastic needs to happen. Tomorrow, if some major move isn't made that changes the construction of this team, I don't care anymore. I'm losing all faith. I'm gonna come on here every day and be like, listen, Chad, even if the Yankees win today, it means nothing for the season moving forward. Because honestly, like, this isn't an overreaction at this point. The Yankees are bad. And the only way you're changing the mentality of this clubhouse and the mentality of this team is by making some clubhouse shaking move. You need an earthquake in there. Now, whether if that's firing Aaron Boone, whether if that's firing Marcus Timms, whether that's calling up Trey Ambergy and Hoy-Jun Park and then DFAing Brett Gardner and sending down Clint Frazier, DFAing Rougned Odor, you need some sort of impact move that's going to change the landscape of this franchise. You can't keep going out there every day and saying the season's on the line, but continuing to play Rougned Odor, Brett Gardner, and Clint Frazier. It's not going to happen. You're not going to win games that way. And the clubhouse is never going to change. If I'm running the Yankees right now, I'm giving Aaron Boone the boot. And I know that this is never going to happen, but if you look at a team that's underperformed so significantly, I don't know any other team that would still have their manager at this point in the season. And the sick part is, Aaron Boone's probably going to be getting an extension at the end of the season. You guys know this. It's sick to say, but it's probably true at this point. And as Alfonso said, they don't care, Pat. And you know what? I think tomorrow's press conference with Hal Steinbrenner is just, it's going to prove how much they don't care. We're going to hear much of the same as we always do. I believe in these guys. I believe we have the right coaching staff for the job. I think we've just kind of underperformed so far this season, but our guys are going to come around eventually, and we're going to do anything it takes to kind of rebound. That's exactly what we're going to hear from Hal Steinbrenner. He's going to be asked about the luxury tax situation and whether or not he's going to go over the threshold in order to acquire some star-studded talent in order to improve this roster. And you know what he's going to say? He's going to say, we're going to be looking at all of our options. He's not going to give you a yes. He's not going to give you a no. And kind of at this point, what can you guys expect? I really don't know what to expect from this team, from any of the higher-ups in the organization. Hal Steinbrenner is not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's just going to dance around every question. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing it because it's like you get to see the Yankees burn right in front of you. And you kind of get to see the leadership start right at top and see the lack thereof right at top. But shout out to Nero with the $5.99 dono. Appreciate you, Nero. They said need some accountability, right? And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm waiting for those Brian Fingerguns to pop up. You're going to get those, trust me. But yeah, the Yankees severely lack accountability. And I think that's kind of... Wait, I'm fighting off a sneeze. That's a W for me. I just fought off that sneeze. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Give me those Brian Fingerguns. Shout out to you, Nero. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. The Yankees lack a significant amount of accountability. You look at any other Major League roster, and they actually hold their players accountable. You look at the Los Angeles Angels, right? The team that we're currently playing, the team that just showed so much heart and came... Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. I'm trying to fight off this sneeze, but it's just not happening. All right, I think it's gone. All right, we're good. You're looking at the Los Angeles Angels, right? And they DFA'd Albert Pujols, one of the greatest players of all time, just because he was lacking the performance necessary in order to just produce on this team, right? And I don't know why the Yankees can't do that, especially because the Angels aren't even a contender this season. But here we are, and the Yankees just refuse to do that to Brett Gardner, a guy who won't even find himself in Monument Park one day. It blows my mind. It blows my mind that the Yankees refuse to hold anybody to any sort of accountability. Aaron Boone isn't even held to any sort of accountability. The guy who's supposed to be the leader of this team, the guy who's supposed to be leading this team into war every single night, has zero accountability attached to his name, and it's sick. I'm actually nauseous watching this team tonight. No joke. And listen, but you guys know me. Those of you who are in the chat every single night, you know that I'm kind of coming on here after the most brutal of losses, and I'm kind of like, listen, chat, I know tonight was rough, but don't worry, at the end of the day, like, I still think the Yankees are going to make the moves necessary in order to improve this team, and I still think they're going to win the World Series this year. You guys could tell the narrative has shifted tonight. This was a turning point in the Yankee season for the worst. And I mean that with my entire chest when I say that. The Yankees, I don't even think they've reached rock bottom. I think rock bottom for the Yankees right now is a plateau. And they're just skateboarding on that plateau. And it's getting to the point where it sucks, bro. It literally sucks. But let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at some of these chat comments. I really want to hear your guys' opinions on kind of the current state of the Yankees, how you're feeling about them moving forward. Because to be honest with you guys, if you guys had zero faith in this team moving forward, I would completely understand. There's really no reason to be happy right now, right? Any stars that the Yankees have only showed signs of regression. You look at Gleyber Torres, you look at DJ LeMahieu, you look at Giancarlo Stanton too, I guess. All these stars have done nothing but regressed in the past few years, and the Yankees just don't seem to be like they're trending in the right direction. It sucks, but it's kind of where we live right now. But Big Brain Borg says, Pat, do you think we make the playoffs next year? That's a question I'm going to have to answer at the end of this offseason. I really... it's impossible to answer that question right now just because I don't know what the roster is going to look like. I think that the Yankees need to significantly retool. And I think unless they do that, they're not going to make the playoffs for years to come. And while it's still possible that they do sneak in with a wild card spot this season, because I guarantee you guys they're not winning the division. Winning the American League East this year is gone. That ship has sailed. But if they find a way to sneak into a wild card spot, get bounced in the ALDS by the Astros, for example, nothing will change with this team. I can guarantee you guys that. But also, like, speaking of the Yankees not winning the division this year, bro, I said this the other day, but I want to repeat it for everyone in the chat now. The New York Yankees have won one American League East division title since 2013. Let that sink in for a minute, chat. Since 2013, the New York Yankees have won one American League East division title. Damn. Considering the roster construction and just the drive and the level of competition or the lack thereof they've had over the past few years, the fact that they've only won once blows my mind, bro. But listen, shout out to Leanna with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Leanna. She says if George was alive, he would do anything to win. And that's the difference. This is the first time we're seeing Hal Steinbrenner tomorrow, the owner of the New York Yankees. Since when? The offseason, probably. Maybe before the season we heard him speak. I don't remember. But clearly, you guys get my drift here. He's not a main part in the organization. We only see him when things are going very, very bad. And all we're going to hear is just smoke being blown up our asses. That's really it. He's going to tell us what we want to hear. And actually, he's not going to tell us what we want to hear. He's just going to give us nonsense. It's going to be like just dry answers that mean nothing. That literally mean nothing. But Unhinged Scranton, I like Scranton. And I kind of stand by my point that I said on the Pat and Dan show on Thursday. On Monday. When I was like, bro, I'll take the Scranton Rail Riders over the New York Yankees right now. I think if you put them up against each other, there's a very solid chance that the Rail Riders would beat the Yankees. A majority of times, simply because, bro, this team sucks. I don't think you people understand. Like, the Yankees surely have the talent on their roster, but for some reason, maybe it's a mental thing, maybe it's a clubhouse thing, something just isn't clicking with this roster. And I know a lot of people are going to say it's not Aaron Boone's fault, but when your roster looks this bad and they're underperforming this significantly, you have no choice but to look at the manager. You really have no chance, bro. Bro, I'm sick. Jeff says Unhinged Somerset. Come on down and I'll watch a Somerset game with you. Bro, I'd love to. I'd freaking love to. But at this point, like, the Yankees are comical at this point. Like, comical. Like, who needs to go watch, like, a stand-up comedy show when you could literally just watch the New York Yankees every night for free? Unless you pay for MLB.TV, then that's just... You should... if anybody pays, like, for Yes Network or, like, if you guys have bought any Yankee merchandise in the near future, I want you to call up your credit card company and be like, look, like, this just wasn't worth my purchase. The Yankees suck. They kind of just robbed me of my money at this point. And they're taking my money and they're basically just paying Rougned Odor to suck. So that's what's going on. And maybe they'll give you a refund. They probably won't, but it would be worth a shot. I don't know. Raging Tiger said, no leadoff hitter, no power left-handed bat, too many question marks in the rotation. Torres defense, come on. Smart fans knew the season was not a championship team. I kind of disagree, though. I can't say that. Listen, if any fan was going into the season thinking that the Yankees were going to be very good, I'm not going to call them not smart. Because I think that you kind of look at the construction of this roster, and I don't think that there's anyone out there who would have said that the Yankees would be 2 games over 500 on July 1st. If anybody did say that, bro, you're Nostradamus. You're Pat Stradamus for no reason. That's all I'm saying. But listen, Chad, do you guys think we're going to play tomorrow? Because personally, I don't. I really don't. And this Mets series is kind of scaring me. I don't know why. The Mets are coming off a really brutal loss tonight as well. But to be fair with you guys, I would prefer to lose how the Mets did tonight than how the Yankees did. The Mets got wiped out, 20-2? What was the final score of the Mets game, chat? It was definitely something down that. Yeah, it was 20-2. I would much rather lose like that than how the Yankees did tonight. It was like, bro, there's no other words to describe it. If you guys want to talk about anything else outside of the Yankees' putrid loss tonight, let's run it. There's really nothing else to be said about the Yankees tonight. I think kind of like the bottom line of the whole situation is that they suck. It's as simple as that. We're gonna go way in depth about it tomorrow on the Pat and Dan show, but let's kind of see what the chat has to offer here. Dirtbite Nation says, I watched the Yankees to relieve stress, and now they make me even more stressful. I guess so, yeah. I mean, yo, you guys are funny. No, yeah, I get it, and that's why this whole situation for the Yankees is such a brutal situation for so many fans, because a lot of people use the Yankees as an escape from the real world, right? If anybody has any real problems going on in their life, or they're not happy with their job, or they're not happy with their family, or whatever, they always have the Yankees as an outlet to go to, right? And it's just so brutal at the same time to kind of just not have that anymore. And the fact that a lot of people don't have that is brutal. It really sucks. But Amy says, Pat, would you rather have Loaiza as the closer? And it's really funny to think about, because let's say someone asked me that question 2 months ago, I would have ended stream. I would have hit this nice little red button right here that says end stream, and I would have went out of my bedroom and I would have laughed my ass off. But now it's kind of like a logical equation. I mean, the fact that we're kind of looking at like 2017 Aroldis Chapman. Do you guys remember in 2017 when Aroldis Chapman was so bad that they had to take him away from the closer spot? I think Dellin Betances took over because Chapman was that bad. I think we're getting to that point. I can't see the Yankees throwing Aroldis Chapman in another key situation moving forward. What would the situation call for right now to throw Chapman in a game? You would have to be up like 7-0. And even then, I'd be a little bit concerned. He has nothing right now. He has nothing. And it sucks. It sucks. Jeremy says, I had to sit on a bus to Utah and watch that unfold. Bro, this is actually funny how some people in the front office don't see a problem in this. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. Edward said, Yankees need a new voice. They do. And I think that's kind of why when I mention fire Boone all the time, people come at me being like, oh, it's not Boone's fault, right? I think it is. Because when you say that the Yankees need a voice, they genuinely need a new voice. And that's the bottom line here. Jonathan brings up a good point as well. The Yankees were 39-40 July 1st, 2016. And when we look back at that 2016 team, we were almost positive that they were going to be selling at the deadline, right? And that roster did not have half the talent that this roster does, which makes it so intriguing, bro. It makes it such an oddity as to how the 2021 New York Yankees are doing so bad. They're equivalent to the 2016 Yankees with double the talent. I don't understand. My mind is blown right now. But also at the same time, I'm kind of like not surprised. Chat, let me ask you all a question. When Chapman gave up that grand slam in the 9th inning, were you genuinely surprised, yes or no? Because for me, I was not that surprised. I have to admit, like, you guys could have seen that coming. I mean, also, I kind of felt like right after that second rain delay when they kind of started things back up, I was like, we're bound to lose this game eventually, right? And then once Gardner hit the home run, I was like, we kind of have a 4-run lead now. Like, I'm feeling a little bit comfortable. But, like, bro, not surprised at all that happened in the 9th. If I'm being honest with you guys, I was kind of laughing after it happened. Yeah, it looks like not one person is surprised that happened. And that's sad. That's sad that we've come so accustomed to seeing the Yankees just lose games where they're up 5 runs in the first inning. It's sick to my stomach, bro. As Jeff said, I busted out laughing when the grand slam was hit. Just saying. Majestical Chicken says, Unhinged San Diego, please, Pat, I'm begging you. Chat, we're Unhinged Yankees for life. I mean, no matter how bad they get, we're still going to be Unhinged Yankees. But if you guys are in the Discord, the link is in the description for that. I'm pretty sure you guys started up like an Unhinged Giants channel on there where you guys talk about the Giants. So, I mean, go for that if you guys want to talk about the Giants in the Discord. I have no idea. You guys could start like an MLB channel on there too. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that it's 2 a.m. chat. Chat to everyone sticking around. We're probably going to hang on for a little bit longer. But let's see. Programmer says the Heat really got to pitchers across MLB tonight. I see 3 games with 20-plus runs and 3 other games with 17-plus runs. The last 20-plus run game was June 13th. I'm going to be honest with you. That was way too many numbers for me. I can't do math as it is. It's currently 2 a.m. Now I really can't do math. If Not So Family Fun Vision's in the chat right now, he'll be roasting me just because anytime numbers come up, I just completely fold under pressure. But, yeah, I guess MLB pitchers gave up a lot of runs because it was hot. But on the bright side, chat, I think tomorrow's supposed to get a little bit cooler. There we go. It was so hot tonight. It's still kind of hot, but I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. But with that being said, the Yankee game's probably going to get rained out. So I genuinely have no idea. Programmer says, LOL, let's do math reaction videos. Let's not and say we did. Let's really not. Jesus says, let's go Yankees. Shout out to Jesus. He says, let's go Yankees. I hate Chapman more than Frazier at this point. Bro, that says a lot. Jesus is the biggest Clint hater in the world. And the fact that he kind of switched up on Clint now and hates Chapman more, bang. There you go. There you go. That's all you need to know. Antonio says, Hal's press conference equals all answers are baby answers or no. Now, is Hal's kind of press conference tomorrow a press conference where he's going to, like, speak in front of the media, it's going to be televised, and we're going to be able to, like, see a recording of it? Or is it like a conference call? Which one is it? I don't know. If it's a conference call, that's gonna be kind of annoying because then we're really not gonna get any answers. But I think the only way I'll be satisfied with Hal Steinbrenner's press conference tomorrow is if he comes out and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna do everything in my power." Chat, how about this? How about I reenact if I'm Hal Steinbrenner? Here we go. Ready? Gotta lock into my Hal impression. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Listen, I know we haven't been playing our best lately, but I just want you all to know that I'm going to be doing everything in my power, luxury tax aside, don't care about the money anymore. I'm going to be doing everything in my power to make sure that the New York Yankees are back to the New York Yankees baseball team that you guys are all familiar with. We're going to get back to winning. We're going to get back to doing what we're doing. And my first step of action is firing manager Aaron Boone. That's the first thing I'm doing here. You know why? He took a team that had so much potential in 2017, and he absolutely spoiled it, bro. He took this team, and you know what he did? He crumpled it into a ball, bro, and he chucked it at the wall. That's exactly what Aaron Boone did. I'm sorry. Any Boone lovers out there, I'm sorry. He chucked this team into the wall like it was a frisbee, bro. Get out of here. But yeah, no, that's exactly what Hal Steinbrenner is going to be doing tomorrow. Yeah, moving on. Listen, chat, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Jesus says Unhinged drama class. Yeah, no, sometimes we do impressions, like you guys know. Yesterday during the pregame, I did call up Jay Bruce, asked him to have a little phone call with Brett Gardner. Not too sure if that happened. I haven't heard from Jay after that, so I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens as far as that goes. But shout out to Ben with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Ben. Give me those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, 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 bang. Let's go. He says, 03 Yanks ripped our hearts out. 04 Sox made it through. The L's make the W's that much sweeter. Keep doing what you're doing. It'll turn faster than you think. Appreciate you, Ben. I'm glad Ben can still keep a little bit of confidence, even though I've kind of been drained of all of mine. I get it. Like, the losses make the wins that much sweeter, but at the same time, it's like, at this point, the wins make the losses feel worse. Does that make sense? Simply because, like, let's say we go out and win tomorrow. Granted, the Yankees play in the rain. I don't know. But let's say they win tomorrow. I'm just going to look back at tonight still and be like, well, we still lost 2 out of 4 from the Angels. 2 of which were brutal games that they easily could have won. That's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm not going to be looking at the handful of wins, because even when the Yankees do go 7-2, like they did a week and a half ago or whatever it was, then they just bounce right back, lose 5 out of, what did they lose? They've lost 5 out of their last 6 now, right? So who cares if you go 7-2 if you're just going to go 5-6 over your next? I mean, 1-5? Why am I doing math? How do I always find a way to do math? I'm over it. No, chat, I'm over it. No more math for the rest. No, whatever. You guys get my point. Let's see. Waff Gladiator says, Pat, don't you believe this? World Series win expected, no playoffs expected. I guess so. I don't even know what's going on. It's only my 3rd day out here. Captain Bergkamp says, Curse of the Bambino left when Boone hit that homer. Bro, it actually makes me sick to my stomach that Aaron Boone would not be the Yankees manager if he didn't hit that home run. This is the only reason that he's the Yankees manager. Chat, think about this. If we're in some hypothetical world right here where Aaron Boone doesn't hit that home run in 2003, he's not the Yankees manager. Like, the fact that this guy actually got a managerial job from hitting a ALCS winning home run in 2003 is mind-blowing. I mean, to be fair, maybe I'll get the manager job in like 10 years, since I streamed on July 1st at 2 a.m. after the Yankees' most brutal loss. I guess I'm a savior of humanity as well, just like Aaron Boone. Such a stand-up guy. And he's such a nice guy, too, so I guess that earns him the job. I'm a pretty nice guy. I consider myself a pretty decent human being. Does that get me the manager job? I consider myself pretty working well with people. I guess I work well with people. Does that get me a manager job? No. Bro, I have no managerial experience. Walking into that job, I would have the same amount of managerial experience as Aaron Boone did. Let that click in. Chat, let this click in right now. In 2018, if the Yankees would have hired me before the season, I would have had the same managerial experience as Aaron Boone. Get out of here, bro. But I think I would make a pretty solid manager. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm just saying. Steady says, are we seeing the fall of the New York Yankees? Chat, I'm gonna tell you guys this much. If the Yankees don't make the playoffs this year, you can expect a very detailed, advanced, professional documentary out of me in the month of either November or December about the rise and fall of the New York Yankees. I already have it like kind of planned out in my head as far as like scenes and whatnot. Like I truly want to make like a piece of art if the Yankees do not make the playoffs this year, because that would be the only thing that would make me feel a little bit better. So if they miss the playoffs, at least you guys will have that to look forward to. But Amy says Pat for manager 2036. Well, you guys know my goal. I'm going to be the Yankees manager by 2021. So 2025, we're going to be the Yankees manager. I'll be a 25-year-old manager, whatever. I'll be younger than everyone on the team, but that's okay. And then after that, 2030, we're going to become mayor of New York City. And then 2036, we're going to be president of the United States. So hashtag Hennessy 2036 in the chat. You guys know the deal. Majestical Chicken says, we'll go on a 90-game win streak. We need a rally cap or something. Okay, starting tomorrow, we will all wear baseball helmet. Every pregame, we do that, and we will win 90 in a row. I'll see you tomorrow. Majestical Chicken, I love the name, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think there's 90 games left in the season. I would try to calculate it right now, but that would involve me doing math, and I think you guys are kind of gonna be upset with me if I do that. But right now, I think this was game 80. So if they play 162, that means there's 82 games left in the season. Let's go! I nailed that. I literally nailed that. There's there's not 81 games left. No, it's 82. Don't make me think I'm wrong. It's 82. Yeah, a whole NBA season's left. So the Yankees are still going to make the playoffs and win the World Series. Haha. Moving on here. Let's see. Not So Family Fun Vision says, we are seeing the fall of an empire. We are. We are indeed. We are indeed. Yankee Fan for Life says, oh, they will make the playoffs and still get eliminated because they just love doing that to us. Yeah, they do. That's what they do best, honestly. Jonathan says, damn, Pat, you are young. Yeah, I am 21. I just turned 21 like a month and a half, 2 months ago at this point. But, yeah, I guess. Stanton says, we are not making it. Oakland, Houston, Cleveland, Boston, Tampa are too good. Either one of those teams win their division and gets both wildcard spots. But, chat, can you guys believe this? Does everyone remember how we just counted out Boston at the beginning of the year? We were like, bro, Boston is a last-place team. We're not concerned about the Red Sox in the slightest. And here we are, looking up. We're looking way up at the Boston Red Sox as far as the standings go, bro. And you know why? This might be an unpopular opinion. But because they have one of the best managers in Major League Baseball. Alex Cora, whether you love him or hate him, he set such a tone in that Red Sox clubhouse that changes everything and just puts such a winning mentality in that clubhouse. The Yankees would be lucky. The Yankees would be so lucky to have Alex Cora as their manager. I'm sorry. I know that there was a whole cheating thing with the Boston Red Sox. I know that he played a huge part in the Astros 2017 scandal. But I don't think anyone can ignore the fact that Alex Cora is an amazing manager, and the Yankees would be blessed to have him. They would be blessed to have anybody besides Aaron Boone, to be honest with you guys. But that's a story for a different day. I don't know. But Not So Family Fun Vision says the Yankees are the best worst team in baseball. Fair enough. Fair enough, honestly. Also, chat, I think we're gonna go a full hour tonight. So that means like we got 15 more minutes of kind of therapy session. So appreciate you all for stopping by. Let's see. Jamie says, actually, this club has been in decline for several years. Nobody should be surprised how bad they are. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how bad the Yankees are. And I don't think anyone can really tell me that they saw this coming this year. I know I for sure didn't. You looked at this team on paper and they were exceptional. Like, exceptional, bro. And listen, I want to bring up Mosaic's comment here. He said Alex Cora helps cheat the Yankees to a World Series. I'll say this right now, and I'm not trying to start up any conspiracy theories here. But if you guys don't think that the Yankees were doing some sort of cheating from 2017 to 2019, you're delusional. I don't know if it was on the same grand scheme as the Astros or whatever the Red Sox did, but I'm almost 98% positive that the Yankees had some sort of cheating under their belts during that same period as well. I mean, come on. Like, do you guys really think that the Yankees are scot-free when it comes to this whole thing? No. They probably just weren't as good at it as the Astros and Red Sox were. And that's the bottom line, bro. Come on. But let's see what else we got in the chat. Elite Assassin says, I was fully on board with Beltran being the Yankees manager back in 2018. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When the Yankees managerial hunt in 2018 came down to the final three names, I believe it was Bam Bam Mullins, it was Carlos Beltran and Aaron Boone. Boone was my last pick. Last pick, bro. Mullins was my first pick, and then Beltran was my second guy, and Boone was dead last. Aaron Boone carried nothing into the position. And also, let's not forget, everyone hated Aaron Boone when he was an announcer on ESPN. No one liked Aaron Boone then, so I don't know why anyone would expect to like Aaron Boone now. It blows my mind, bro. It's actually mind-blowing, but whatever. Variety says the Yankees are juice ball demons. And the Yankees haven't constructed themselves to hit well at Yankee Stadium. Where are all the lefties in the lineup? Where? I'm flipping my hat backwards for this one because I'm pissed off now. You guys know when the hat gets backwards, I'm upset. And I don't know why, like, 46 minutes in, I'm still so upset about this whole thing. But I am, bro. I'm pissed off. It happens. It is what it is. Bam Bam would have been an interesting choice. He would have been a great choice. Isn't he the bench coach for the Mets right now? If I'm not mistaken? Bench coach for the Mets? I don't know. Not So Family Fun Vision says, if you aren't cheating, you aren't trying. I guess so. If that's the route you want to go down with it, sure. Stanton says, Yankees need a fresh start. Maybe start small, get rid of the clean shave and hair length policy. Let players be themselves. So old school, it's cringe. Yes! Indeed, bro. I think you're just saying this because you know that I love that idea and I would be 1,000% on board with it. But I'll tell you guys right now, this is a topic that we probably should have to save for a different day, but I'll touch on a little bit here because you guys already know how I feel about it. But the whole facial hair policy is so outdated. You look at, like, Nestor Cortez with his mustache, bro. It looks disgusting. Like, Nestor Cortez, it's working for you. Like, you're an absolute stud on the mound, but it looks disgusting. I don't think that there's any way you guys could tell me that, like, a clean-shaven beard looks better than Nestor Cortez's mustache. And the fact that Yankees allow mustache, there's no such thing as, like, the Yankee way anymore. Because the Yankee way consists of winning ball games. I don't care, bro, but this also comes down to, like, my ideas on tradition and loyalty. I don't give a damn about any of that. I just want to win games. So if a guy is more confident on the mound or in the batter's box if he has a beard, go for it. Who cares? Get rid of these old 1940s rules. And also, the rule's not even that old. It was instilled in, like, the 70s. So, I don't know. I think it's stupid. I would also, chat, I don't know if you guys would agree with me here. I would love an alternate, like, navy blue road jersey, kind of like what the Yankees wear in spring training. I don't know why that would be such a bad thing to see them wear those, like, a few times a month on the road. Obviously, you never get rid of the pinstripes, but I don't know. I'd just like to see the Yankees have a little bit more fun. If you kind of look in this clubhouse, it's just so blah all the time, bro. You need a little bit of fun to inject into it. Maybe you inject some DD juice, inject some Ambergy juice. Inject some park juice. I don't know. Just do something at this point. And the facial hair policy. I pray that the facial hair policy is just going to be blown away by the time that bro, I hope that I see it gone before I die. That's all I'm saying. But Poppy says, I'm sorry. I still don't get how everyone is still blaming the whole team and Boone. This team was this was the closing pitcher's fault. We have Torres waking up. Gardy had a hit and a home run. Listen, you guys can't tell me that just because Glaber had a hit tonight and Gardy had a home run, you can't tell me that this team's okay. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't sit here and tell me that just because Boone didn't make a boneheaded decision tonight, that he's a solid manager and he's the guy to kind of control this clubhouse. He's not. He's not, bro. You look at this clubhouse and they're dead. They don't want to be there. They just don't. And when that happens, you look at the manager. It's simple as that. Old Hibaro says Billy Martin's coming back. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think Billy Martin's alive. So that would be kind of difficult. But I don't know. Maybe hit up Elon Musk. Maybe he could do something about it. Mosaic Mind says Yankees, no facial hair, lots of tradition, has led to 27 World Series title. What are you talking about? Bro, listen. The Yankees have not won a World Series since 2009. I don't care about any 27 World Series. Like, that joke of Yankee fans, like, bragging about the 27 World Series, that is something that's so far in the past, it's not even funny. I don't know one Yankee fan that, like, walks around and they're like, oh, we won 27 World Series, though, so it's okay. Bro, I have seen one World Series in my lifetime, and that was when I was 9 years old. It means nothing now. It's 2:10 a.m., and I'm ranting about the New York Yankees being awful. We should be so far beyond this at this point, but the team still hasn't come around, and that's why you got to blame Boone. Because now when you're 80-something games into the season and your team still is showing no heart and they suck, and your whole roster is healthy, besides Corey Kluber and Aaron Hicks, you have a serious problem on your hands. A very serious problem that I don't know what's going to be addressed. Daryl says this is unfixable, at least for this season. Let's go and search for a new type of entertainment. Chat, if you guys want entertainment, I'm here every single night. Every single night. Pre-game, post-game, watch party, life. I'm here for you guys. Unhinged therapy session. It's 2:11 a.m. Let's go. Guys, I think you guys know this. This is my peak time. These are my peak hours. Let's go. Dylan says he did make a boneheaded decision by letting Chapman face Walsh. That's true. That is very true. That, I mean, you could make the argument that Chapman clearly didn't have it at that point. You could have brought Licky in the game, but The problem is, I think Litke wasn't even ready at that point. So I guess the Yankees just assumed a lefty-lefty matchup would be good for Chapman. I don't know. All I know is that Walsh is a tank. It goes to show what can happen when you let a young star take over for an aging veteran. It's a crazy concept. The Yankees clearly have not grasped that concept from the Angels. Because like I said, the Angels DFA'd Albert Pujols. Walsh gets to start every day, and look at what he's done. Only if we got to see Ambery do that. Only if we got to see Ambery do that, chat. But Not So Family Fun Vintage says, I don't have anything to entertain anymore. We just suck. It's very true. Very true. Brandon says, Pat, let's get a watch party tomorrow. If the Yankees play tomorrow, maybe. Maybe we'll do a watch party tomorrow. But it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they play. Like I said, I think it's like 100% chance of rain all day. But we'll see for sure. Andrew says, only 7 of the 27 World Series championships came after the facial hair policy was put in. You tell him, Andrew. You tell him. Talk to him. Say it again for the people in the back. No, exactly, bro. Anyone who's kind of like sticking by that facial hair policy, I might have a debate with Dan about this tomorrow. But anyone who's sticking by that, you're so old school. And listen, I get it. I get that's how some people are, but I don't know. And it's also crazy. The Yankees have a day game tomorrow. Let's not forget that, chat. Tomorrow's a 1 p.m. start time if they do play. This team is going to be exhausted. The Angels are going to be pumped because they're coming off a great win tonight. But the Yankees are just going to be walking zombies tomorrow. I can't imagine that they're going to have so much energy and they're going to come out fighting in order to split the series, right? I don't know. Wyatt says facial hair is good. I'm 17. I have a full beard. Wyatt, that's fire because I'm 21 and I don't think I could grow a full beard. So shout out to you, bro. Dylan says A-Rod for hitting coach, CC for manager, and Andy for pitching coach. Listen, I would love to see that, but I can guarantee you that that's not happening. The Yankees don't like Alex Rodriguez. Let's not forget. They forced him into retirement in his last year, 4 home runs away from 700. CC Sabathia hasn't shown any interest in wanting to return to the game anytime soon, especially as a manager. He wants to spend some time with his family. Pretty sure he has a book coming out, which I should probably try to get like a little sponsorship deal for that so I could kind of hook you guys with a discount for CC's new book that's coming out. But, and Andy Pettitte, I don't know. I mean, I think... I want to say this, but the perfect fit for the Yankees manager right now would probably be Buck Showalter. I understand that he's kind of more of an old school guy. He's up there in age, but I think that's exactly what the Yankees need. I think you need to bring in a guy with managerial experience, a guy with grit, a guy who knows how to manage a baseball team, especially one that's struggling. And I don't think that there's any better choice out there than Buck Showalter. Terry Francona, obviously a great option. I would love to have Francona here. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he's going to be with Cleveland for a while. So, I don't know. I think Mattingly's contract is up. But I don't know. I think you need to kind of go back to your old ways here. And I don't think the Yankees will. I think you need to shift back to that old school manager who's kind of going to just manage the game with his heart and just show grit in the clubhouse and just scream at the guys if they need it. And Aaron Boone's just not that guy. I think the Yankees assumed that they needed a guy like Boone who's very passive and very conservative and very just in his own world. But I think that that's the last thing that they needed, and I don't know when they're going to realize that. But as Not So Family Fun Vintage said, as far as the coaching staff goes, Matt Blake is a great pitching coach. I don't think he should be kicked to the curb, but I do think that the entire coaching staff outside of Aaron Boone should be kind of just thrown to the curb, as a light way of saying it. But, chat, I wanted to kind of pop this picture up here. I know we kind of didn't break down the box score tonight, but I want to throw this up. I currently have the Yankees in the coffin. Now, obviously, like, that coffin door isn't closed, but we are on the verge of seeing that coffin close on the Yankee season. I'm sorry. Like, I had to do it. I had to save this, like, towards the end of the postgame here, because I didn't want to, like, bring everyone's hopes down too soon. But I think it's really safe to say that the Yankee season is currently in the coffin. They're just lying there. They're half alive. They can wake up. They have the potential to wake up. But I think the question is, will they? And I think right now, if you look at the way they're trending, they're not going to wake up. Pretty soon, if they get, like, swept by the Mets or something, bang, that coffin door is closing. So, yeah, I hope you guys appreciate my A-plus Photoshop skills. Not So Family Fun Vintage says, wow, how long did it take you to edit that? I'm going to be honest with you guys, it took, like, 30 seconds. So, yeah. As Wyatt said, resurrection time, I'll take it. But that's why the coffin door's not closed. The Yankees could pull an Undertaker right now and literally just pop their heads up and just come out of the coffin. They could do that. But I think it all matters on what moves they make, how the vibe of the clubhouse changes, and whether or not they have kind of like that earth-shattering move that just changes the entire dugout. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Majestical Chicken says, hey, remember at the beginning of the year, our pitching was great. Well, now our offense is scoring runs and our pitching is bombed. It's how it always works. It's always how it works. Big Brain Work says, Pat, can you do a Photoshop tutorial? If you're actually serious about that, in the offseason, I might. Like, once we start up the Twitch streams again and we kind of just do random stuff on there, I'll probably do, like, some fun stuff, like a Photoshop tutorial if you guys actually want that. But, chat, now that we kind of have, like, a few minutes remaining on this post-game stream, I want to remind you guys of something. Be happy, bro. I know, listen, it's tough to be happy right now, and it's tough to kind of find any sort of outside things, outside the New York Yankees that maybe you find happiness in life. But just try not to bring yourself so down when it comes to the New York Yankees. Like, don't let them control your life, because I know that there's so many people out there that actually let the Yankees, like, bring them into a depression. Try not to let that happen. Try to find, like, any sort of outside happiness. I say this all the time, but you kind of just look at this team right now, and if you have to, like, not watch a game one night in order for your mental health to be in order, do that, bro. Do that, because it's not worth the stress, it's not worth the anxiety, and it's not worth the sadness at this point. So if you guys have any sort of outside sources of happiness, make sure you're continuing those. It's kind of sad that we need to say this right now, but I think it's important for people to kind of realize, like, the Yankees aren't, like, the be-all, end-all of everything, right? And I need to remind Dan of this tomorrow. Not So Family Fun Vision, you're right. I'm not Dan. The Yankees are literally his life. He needs more friends. I agree 1,000%. Dan, he needs to, I'm going to have a very firm talk with Dan. We talked about this on Monday. He's like, bro, Pat, I have nothing outside of the Yankees. And I get that. Like, a lot of people don't have much outside of the Yankees. But try not to let the teams get to your emotion. Because at the end of the day, if they don't care, why should you? I think that's a great way of putting it. I don't know. Troy says, it's funny at this point how bad the Yankees are. Look at it like it's a comedy show. Because that's literally what it is. I want you all to watch Hal Steinbrenner's press conference tomorrow and literally just laugh at the stupidity you're going to see from him. Because the crazy part is we come on here every night and we show 10 times the heart that Hal Steinbrenner ever will. And you would assume, as kind of like the owner of the team, you would think he would have a little bit more passion and a little bit more aggression as far as his team doing better. But I truly feel like me and how many people are in this chat right now? I'm pretty sure we were at 200 something, but it looks like we're at like 178 right now. Me and 178 other people right now, and everyone else that's all in the streams all the time and following this team care 10 times more about this team than Hal Steinbrenner does. It's sad to say, but it's 1,000% true. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the press conference tomorrow. But regardless as to whether or not the Yankees do play tomorrow, because I mentioned this a couple times, it's supposed to rain really bad tomorrow, so I don't know if they are going to play. But even if they don't, I will be live at some point tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know. If the game's canceled before the pregame, I'll let you guys know in the Discord if I am going to be going live. Hopefully, if they do make a decision as to whether or not the game's canceled, they do it before 12 o'clock so we don't go live for the pregame just for nothing. But what I'll do is I'll pop the link to the Discord in the chat right now. If anybody's not in it, be sure to join the Discord. I give you guys plenty of updates as far as when I'm going live or not. Just pop that in there if you guys want to join. So yeah, tomorrow there's going to be a stream regardless, whether if it's a pregame and Pat and Dan show at the end of the night, or it's just going to be a Pat and Dan show. So make sure you're in the Discord so you guys can follow for updates for that. Hal Steinbrenner's press conference is going to be interesting. We're going to talk a bunch about that on the Pat and Dan show. But appreciate you all for stopping by. Like I said, if anybody's new to the channel, we've had a bunch of new people stop by. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications too. Going live before and after every single Yankees game this season. But also, first link in the description, The Bronx Zoom, great book about the 2020 Yankee season. You guys could use code Unhinged30 for 30% off. Be sure to follow us on Newsbreak. That link is in the description as well. Discord, link is in the description as well as in the chat. And also unhingedclothing.shop for merchandise. Listen, everyone, like I said, keep your heads up. Worst loss of the season tonight, but hopefully the Yankees could pick it up moving forward. Big press conference tomorrow. Big stuff happening tomorrow. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.